Hello everyone, it's CanadianTitan here, and today I thought I'm going to give some insights, some of my thoughts on how to play Hearthstone. Not just the Tavern Brawl, which is what I like to do every week, but Hearthstone in general. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play a game against someone. Random person. See what happens, and I'm going to walk you through it. There's different modes of gameplay in Hearthstone. Play lets you play against other people. The Tavern Brawl also lets you typically play against other people. We're going to go ahead and do just Classic Mage. So you can see here there's the different decks, and you can make different decks. There's also different types of decks. You can see this is set right now to Ranked in Standard. So this Standard gives us only Basic, Classic, and the last 2 years of cards. Or if I click this, it goes to Wild, and then any cards that have been released while Hearthstone has been out are allowed to be used. And you just click the icon to switch back and forth between them. There's Casual, and there's Ranked. Casual is just for fun. You don't really do anything for it, but Ranked allows you to continue to kind of climb this little ladder and earn stars. And as you do, at the end of a month, it'll allow you to get some rewards, such as like special card backs and things like that. So we're going to do a Ranked round. I'm going to play a Mage deck. Maybe this one. And play Standard. As you can see, if you win 5 ranked games in a season, you'll earn that season's special card back. And we just have to wait for it to find an opponent for us. And it's a worthy opponent, like always.
Jaina versus Rexar.
So I'm going to be playing a Mage. And because I'm going first. I'm going first. I get an extra card. The other person gets a coin. That gives them 1 extra mana for them to use later to kind of even things out. Typically, any cards about 4 mana or higher, you want to kind of toss back very quickly by clicking Replace. I'm not going to need to draw 2 cards early on, so I'm going to throw that one back. Deal 3 damage to a character and freeze it. Add a random spell. Deal 2 damage. Those seem good, so I'm going to keep those. Oh, I get the coin. There we go. So this person's going first. And to offset that, I get this coin. They played a 1/1, which allows their other beasts to have +1 attack. I don't want them to be able to have this for very long. I'm just going to play my 1/1.
I want to cast a spell.
Gonna get this spell.
Time runs out on me.
Not very happy with my choices here. So we're just gonna end my turn. You just click end turn. You can see that little wick that came out basically was saying that I'm running out of time. When you're playing against other people, when you're playing against the AI, you don't have the same time limit. But when you're playing against people, they gotta keep things moving. Oh. I start out with 30 health, and so does my opponent, and I have this special hero power right here that does 1 damage. Let's see. So we'll do that. And then we're gonna be aggressive here. We're gonna do that. Boom, cleared his board. Took a lot of cards, not ideal. But you gotta look for those combos, right? You gotta look for those opportunities to use 2 cards to get an advantage over your opponent. So often I see people kind of just looking at their list of cards and thinking, which 1 card can I play this turn? And that's not the right way to think about this game. Let's see what I get by playing this.
I want to cast a spell.
That's not very helpful to me right now, but I can do this. And there you go. So even though it did 3 damage, there was only 2 health, so it doesn't really matter, but it allowed me to take it out. And it's kind of a waste, but it worked out in my favor. If he runs this into this, he loses. If he leaves this alive, I can run into that, and he loses it. Lots of opportunities here for trade. So there we go. Okay. 5 health. I have nothing that can easily take out 5 health right now. I think what I'm going to do is, so after turn 5, well actually after turn 6 is where the game really changes. So I'm going to place this secret down, and I'm also going to play this one too. It's not powerful enough to take this out, and this secret won't affect his Chillwind Yeti, but it puts me in a good position if he plays another like high health card or high attack card, that I might be able to take it out. So here, unfortunately, that is not what we want. He played that well. Oh no, he should have healed himself. See, he had a battle cry, restore 2 health, and he should have healed himself back up to 29, but he didn't. He tried to heal his Chillwind Yeti, which is kind of a mistake. Are you done? You can right-click on your character to be able to bring up these simple communication things. I usually don't use them very often. That's great next turn. But what am I going to do this turn? I guess that. It's not great. This is 3/6, so you can't instantly... You can kill it with both of these, but then he'll lose this, and this will have 1 health, and I can attack it, so he probably won't do that.
I hope you like my invention.
I feel like this is a pretty good board position. Oh, he's using his hero power to slowly, like, you know, slowly push me down. If he's smart, he doesn't attack this. He attacks me. Aww. So he wants this off the board. That's a mistake in my opinion. So, let's see here. We can clear his board. And we can get a little 1/2 out and draw 2 extra cards.
Job's done.
It's a pretty good turn. And you can hear at the end of turn, when you have no actions left, it says, "Job's done," in like a weird orcish voice. I'm not very happy with him having a 5/7 down with a death rattle. There's not a lot we can do about that right now. We can use this guy, the Knife Juggler, and I don't know if you saw, after you summon a minion, deal 1 damage to a random enemy, right? So now I can place down... let's see, this one. And he does a damage. And I'm going to attack here. He's probably going to take this out really quickly, because he's not going to want me to get what they call value from it, right? This card costs 2. It's a 2/2, and it's done an extra damage just by me summoning things. And the last thing he wants me to do is summon a whole whack bunch of things and have this thing, you know, continue to do damage, basically for free. So very quickly he'll probably take this out. So I have this Blizzard here. It would take out the mechanical Dragonling and lower the health of all the rest of these and freeze them for a turn. And that's probably a good thing for me to do.
Didn't quite hit the mark.
So let's go ahead and do that. Now I probably should have played the Mana Worm first so that it was a 2/3, but we're actually going to go with this guy here. Right? I could now play these and get rid of this 7/3, but then I have to deal with 3 1/1 Murlocs. I don't have the option to blast them again and keep them frozen, so maybe I want to do that now, rather than letting him have a 7/3. And again, if we had done that in a different order, we could have actually taken out all of these Murlocs that it summons. So again, you got to look for those combos. It's very, very important. Okay, we need more cards.
Job's done.
Job's done. So the next turn, I want to play the Mana Worm, and then make a copy of the Mana Worm. And that'll make this one a 3/3 if it lives. Oh no! See, Cthulhu has a pretty powerful ability, and there's a whole bunch of cards that synergize with Cthulhu. And what that means is as you play them, they make this card more powerful, even if it's no matter where it is in your deck. This player that I'm against, DCT, did not do that. Fireball! And again, see the mistake I made? I should have done this before the fireball. That's okay.
To my command!
Someday I'll be just like you!
Now we both are top decking it, and that means we have no cards in our hand in general, and so we have to wait and hope that the random, nature of this game kind of favors one of us. I'm definitely at a disadvantage for health at this point. I did not play an elemental, but to get a 5/4 on the board would be nice. Let's think this through for a second. We're doing that. Clearing his board. Attacking him for 1. I'm not in a great position here. I have 10 health. I have a 5/4 on the board. DCT has 20 health, and who knows what card in his or her hand.
What you
A
want?
2/2 taunt. No, that's not great for us. And so we have 4 turns left before the steady shot alone takes us out.
Can I light your fire?
Ooh. This is going to be a close one. I'm probably going to lose, but this is definitely a close one. And I made some mistakes, and I tried to point those out as I did them. Hopefully you can learn from them.
Ready, sir.
Let's think. Just gonna wipe those out. If he doesn't wipe those out, I lose. So I have to wipe those out, right? I have 6 health. So I have to get rid of my guys. Oh,
Cooking time.
this is sad. He's gonna get me down to 4 health this turn, easily, because of this. I have this, which if he doesn't take out, I don't get the spell, because it has a death rattle.
You shall not pass.
And he got a taunt. And I don't think my deck has any, healing, unfortunately, so... Let's think. I need to attack the sheep so this thing dies, so that I get a spell.
Put this apple on your head.
Job's done.
Oh my goodness, this is so close. Look at this. He's going to do 2 more damage to me, plus whatever this is. I'm going to do 6 to him.
You know, take candle.
Oh, if only I had some healing. I need to do 14 damage to him this turn to live. And I don't have it. I don't have it. Alright, so I do 2. I do 6. I do that, but that doesn't help me either. Well played.
Well played.
So now you can kill me either with this or this. Good job, DCT. I made a few really simple mistakes, and hopefully watching this video will help you not make the same mistakes. You can't lose stars at this rank. Yes, I know. I need to get wins. I typically don't play ranked games. So let's go through the other game types really quickly here. There's solo adventure. One of my favorite things in here is the dungeon run. It's a lot of fun. It's against the NPC and it gets more and more difficult as you go. The decks are kind of not pre-built, but you build them as you defeat enemies. And there's other ones in here as well from different expansions that have come out. There's the arena. Now, the arena requires either in-game gold or real money to be able to enter. And you basically pick a deck out of, like, you get 3 cards and you pick which one you want until you build a deck of 30 cards. Arena is not for beginners. There are tools to help you understand which cards you should probably be picking in Arena, and you get like potentially huge bonuses by winning rounds in Arena. If you can win 3 rounds or something like that, you get, you know, a chest that includes a card pack and some dust to make cards. And let's go look at how that works right now. So in my collection of cards here, you can see I have a whole bunch of cards that I haven't looked at ever. Right? And there's this crafting mechanic. And so with the crafting mechanic, you can actually use what's called dust, arcane dust, to be able to create cards that you don't have. You can have 2 copies of most cards. Some cards you can't have 2 copies of, and if you have 3, 4, 5, 6 copies of a card, you can actually disenchant those extra copies that you can't use to be able to get more dust to make more cards. Hopefully that makes sense. And you can see here, like, this shows all the different classes that exist, including kind of the neutral general cards. Up here, you can see the different card backs that you have available to you. I typically just stick with the default because, I mean, I don't get to see my card back. Only the other player gets to see my card back. So what advantage do I really have in switching? And there are a lot of card backs to earn. And some of them require, like, very specific things, right? So, like, this card here, you would have needed to achieve rank 20 in ranked play in May of 2016 to get this card back. So you might never get a chance to get that card back again. And then here, there's also heroes. So you can see here, so Valera is the main rogue that you get, but you can also earn, like, alternative rogues. So here I have Maeve,
Now is the time.
which is an alternate rogue that I could play as for a hero. And there's as you can see, there's lots of other heroes that you can get.
I will serve for Shatrath.
See, obtained by reaching level 20 on a new character in World of Warcraft. So they tie it into other Blizzard properties all the time, and you'll notice that as you play the game. Here we have the quest log. These are things that I can do to be able to earn gold, which again, like I mentioned before, can be spent on Arena. But you can actually spend gold on another thing as well. Let's go into the shop. And you can actually buy card packs for 100 gold. So I have 400 gold. I could buy 4 card packs right now for free, where you can also spend money to get card packs, but if you can get them for free, I recommend doing it that way. And then, of course, there's Tavern Brawl. Tavern Brawl is something that I do on my channel pretty much every week. It is a random kind of battle set of rules. So this week is Blessing of the Raven, and each minion that you play gets a certain effect, a random effect applied to it, and so the game is very random. And the decks are pre-built, so you don't have to choose cards or anything like that. You just have to choose which hero you want to be, and you get to battle against another person who they just picked what hero they want to be. And if you win a tavern brawl, you actually get a free card pack. I think the last thing to show is just what it's like to have the card pack to open. So I'll just buy one really quickly, and you can see here I have one unopened pack. And we're going to drag that pack into the center. It's going to explode open, and you get 5 cards. And we'll just flip over those cards. And there you go. So now those cards have been added to the cards that I have available to me. I can make decks using those cards for the play against other people, like ranked or open. And I don't know how Arena does it. I don't think it bases it off the cards you have. I think it bases it off the cards that are available. And so let's go ahead and go into crafting, disenchant extra cards, because I had some of those cards were common ones that I already had. And now I have some more desks to build more cards. And you can go in and out of crafting mode. And you can see here, some of them are grayed out and some of them are blue. Grayed out ones means I don't have the dust to afford that. Look at that, it's 1600 dust to make a copy of this card. Where this one here is only 100 dust. Alright, so hopefully that helps. Again, the big piece of advice that I have for anyone wanting to get good at Hearthstone is to look at the combos, to understand card interactions, try building some different decks, go into my collection, click new deck, pick the people that you like, and just start trying to build your own custom decks and see what works and what doesn't work, right? Like, I really like evolve decks. I think they're really interesting. So I can grab evolve and devolve, right? And then there's a card that, let's see, transform a friendly minion to, it costs 1 more. Okay, yeah, I like that. And I know there's another one. Transform a minion. Let's just search for transform. Oops. And you can search for like any of the words on cards. So there we go. Look at that, I already have 8 cards in my deck relating to evolve. And then I know that what I want to pair that with is typically things that are cheap or things that summon extra people, right? So, for example, summon 1 cost. At the end of your turn, summon 1/1 Murloc. Summon 2 taunts. Right, and we can search for summon. And go ahead and like add that to our deck as well. So whenever you cast a spell, summon a random totem, summon a Jade Golem, summon a Jade Golem, right? So someone might do like evolve Jade, right? So let's go ahead and just quickly do that, right? So let's change this to Jade. Right, and you'll see that there's also some Jade cards in neutral, and you can see that it not only searches in the Shaman class, which is what I was looking at, it actually searches through all of the classes. And so we'd only need 7 more cards to fill out this deck. And once you do, you go ahead and play it, see how it does. You kind of want to win percentage of 50% or above. If you're only getting like a 30% win rate with a deck, refine it. Don't just delete it, refine it, right? Try to find out what's not working, what is working, and make some changes. You can also see that the deck helper will give you some information on what you might be looking at, and if you hover over here, you can also see your the kind of the chart of the price of the cards that you have, and see what your ramp or your arc looks like, right? You want a couple of low-cost cards, a couple of mid-tier cards, a couple of high cards, and you want it to be kind of this little arc that happens, right? So you can see right now I'm very heavy on 2s and 4s, and I have no 3s. Well, I mean, for the most part, that's okay. right? Because for 3s, you can use them on turn 4 with a 3 and a 1. You can use them on turn 5 with a 3 and a 2. You can use them on turn 6 with 2 3s. So again, you kind of want to have that kind of nice arc so that you can use those cards really appropriately. Because again, you don't know when you're going to get them. That's kind of random. All right. Yeah, sure. Finish the deck automatically. We're not going to actually play that deck. All right. Remember, everyone, gaming should be fun, so keep having fun, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.